Lois.
Right?
I'm not going to do that.
Who was that? Like a crime boss, like an evil villain?
No, it's Peter Griffin.
Oh, hello, Lois. Yeah.
And then you have to do like in New York.
Peter.
Oh, Peter. Oh, Peter.
What year is this? Is they still making Family Guy?
Excellent.
What's in the news?
Well, it's quite a harrowing tale. It's a tale of love. It's a tale of loss. It's a tale of war. It's a tale of peace. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. A woman looking for love goes on a first date with a gentleman, but unfortunately she ends up being the getaway driver in a bank robbery.
It's exciting. It's like Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, but she didn't want to be involved. So they're in a car and he's like, can we just stop here? I just got to get some cash out. So they stop outside the bank.
But instead of going to the cash point like a normal person, pulls out a gun.
Presumably because she saw him run back into the car, sweating profusely.
Right.
Clutching a gun, hat, sunglasses, and $1,000 in cash.
$1,000 isn't much, is it? If you're going to rob a bank, you've got to think about at least getting $1 million out of that. You could get more than £1,000 off robbing a Tesco.
I mean, how much did I think my phone was like £700 or something.
All of that.
So that's
there you
about
go. I've made the same amount.
$1,000. And that was a lot less effort. You didn't even need a gun, did you?
No, I just said I'll have that, and you sort of let go of it. I sort of got,
thank you.
I've got hot tea.
I just made $1,000. So let's see. First date quickly turned into a slow motion disaster, but like the preceding sentences, he urged the woman to speed away. So she was speeding, but how is it a slow motion disaster if she's speeding?
Well, I think she saw it like unfolding in front of her, didn't she?
As though it was in slow motion.
She was sat outside the bank thinking that was a nice meal we had. I think we're getting on well. She later told prosecutors that he had sat in the passenger seat and downed wine as she drove. So he's chugging like a bottle of wine. Was this their date?
The date was already off to a strange start. So it was the afternoon. It was a Monday afternoon and he's just downing wine.
Yeah.
I guess he needed the Dutch courage to go rob the bank. So the guy, Christopher Castillo, or Castillo, I don't know, he informed the teller, the bank teller, or what do we call them here?
Bank clerk.
He was really hurting and needed money, then flashed an antique gun that belonged to his stepfather.
It sounds like a movie.
An antique gun?
How long does it have to be an antique? I mean, antique usually is described for things on the Antiques Roadshow. You wouldn't see people bringing in a gun. This is my stepfather's gun.
Oh, fire! And everyone just runs off.
It's a Glock P11. Could you imagine if someone you could probably raid that, because there's always somebody who's brought something really expensive to this thing. You could run off with their £1 million picture. If I was valuing this, I would insure it for £1 million.
This would be a brilliant idea. You go to the Antiques Roadshow, you bring an antique gun, you rob people for their Ming vases. The only downside is that there is a BBC film crew shooting everything.
Yes. Well, you'd have to wear a balaclava.
Or just a hat and sunglasses.
You'd have to set up a Tinder date to do the runaway getaway as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's waiting in the car.
She's
downing wine.
She's in her 70s. Because you're you've been texting all these mid-20s girls. Do you want to come to the Antiques Roadshow? And they're all like, LOL, no. Boomer.
It's got to be a very small overlap on that Venn diagram between Antiques Roadshow date people and getaway drivers.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? That is
come on, Ethel, put your fucking foot down.
Oh, I can't be so excited. I've never been in one of these before. Poof, hits the fucking gas. Oh, I was hoping to get me knitted antique teddy bear valued. I've been able to
Is it a stife? Is that what they're called?
You've watched too much.
Is there anything more to this story? Was she all right? What if she's lying to the police? Oh yeah, we don't know each other. We just met. I'm not really a getaway driver.
So this poor woman,
she drove into a Dunkin' coffee house And then she just like left the car.
She was like, I'm out. And then
fuck this shit, I'm out.
And then he got arrested. She got charged with being an accessory after the fact. I love this terminology they use.
Yeah.
Accessory after the fact. It's such a cryptic bit of language. She helped out. She was in on it. She was dirty. Cruising Tinder for younger boys. Getting herself into a pickle.
She was the mastermind behind it all.
I reckon she was. I reckon she's the godmother of the whole I reckon she's luring underage 33-year-old men.
But look, she was arrested and held on $250,000 bail.
Yeah.
For the theft of $1,000.
Well,
$250,000 bail.
Well, that's just to make sure she didn't run away. You know, she's obviously got. She's
so like, well, we know she's got a car. she could be off in that Nissan. We never see her again.
If you get arrested for driving away from stuff, I feel like the bail should be high because it's fairly like you'll go on the run.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
40-year-old women who've been cruising for younger men, typically flight risks. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I like how I'm getting her in trouble when poor woman's just trying to go on a date.
She's probably going to sue you now.
Well, she doesn't know my name. Like, what? No,
you don't know her name.
Shit.
That doesn't stop her from suing you.
Where?
But we haven't named her.
That's true.
So we could be talking about any 40-year-old woman from...
Maybe you. Watching right now.
Comment in below in the comments if you are a 40-year-old woman from Massachusetts
looking for a
hot young
adventure,
man,
looking for a bit of looking for a Clyde to your Bonnie.
Oh, I'm looking for a joker for my Harley. That's what it'll be. Lewis, have you heard about the man that was trying to get free hotel rooms?
Sure.
By using his highly trained mice and hamsters. Right. And then informing the hotel management that there was mice and hamsters infesting the place.
I see.
This place is full of bleeding hamsters.
He looks scary enough that, you know, I would have given him a free hotel room.
These fucking stock footage of mice.
So, I guess eventually someone smelled a rat and he was caught. Does it use that joke in the article?
Probably.
It better.
A Utah man is facing criminal charges after police say he admitted to releasing mice and hamsters at least 3 times at different Utah hotels.
So do you reckon, like, I mean, the thing is, like, you know Peter Molyneux?
This is a baby.
When we met him, he told a story to me about he was in his hotel room at in San Francisco, and there was a cockroach in the bed. He opened his eyes, and there was a cockroach on the pillow.
Yeah.
And he like went, stood up, and it just escaped into the bed. He just went straight back to sleep. He did not give a fuck. I would have been spraying like. I would just like. I'd be like, no. I'd be like pouring gasoline on the bed.
Oh my god.
Like just totally just torch that whole place.
You won't get the room for free if you set fire to the place.
Well, I don't know. If the place is burned down, can they still charge my card? I don't know. Or do I have that room forever?
What, you live there now?
Yeah, I bought it. Oh, you burn it, you buy it.
You burn it, you buy it. You know the rules.
So State and his gang of rodents caused damage to certain hotel rooms.
They're not a gang.
How many did he bring with him? Could you imagine, like, and also, like, at what point did they sort of catch him?
He was walking into the hotel room. He had a big suitcase, and he said, "Oh, can I have a twin bedroom? Yeah, with a nice suite."
Oh my god! You know what?
And then a clasp came loose on his suitcase. Suitcase opened up. Just fucking mice went everywhere. Hundreds of mice.
He went to check into a hotel, but it was the Cheese Hotel.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god! That is the worst place to bring mice and hamsters to.
They got so gorged, they engorged themselves, they couldn't fit out of the door.
Did they eat the poof?
They ate the poof, they ate the table, they ate all the cheese, all the furniture.
The wallpaper,
They licked up all the wallpaper.
Oh my god.
And they were just orbs, big fat rats and hamsters, and they just couldn't get him out.
Well, that sounds like a Class B misdemeanor to me, Lewis.
Class B.
I don't know what that means. It's not as bad as a Class A, but much worse.
He was not
than
an
a C.
accessory to the fact. He was.
No, but the hamsters were.
The hamsters were accessory to the fact.
Bail has been set at £8 million.
Of cheese. If that guy asked me for just to comp his room for any reason, he could just be like, room was really dirty. I'd be like, have your money back, mister. It's okay, just... Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if that's a tattoo on his face or a birthmark.
It looks like a tattoo of a robot. Like an angry robot.
It does look like a figure, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like an old school...
It's such
like
a low
Bender.
resolution picture. Maybe he's just a fan of Futurama and he got Bender on his face.
What do those two tears represent?
I love it when he talks about his shiny metal bottom.
Those two tears represent, like, I guess two of his previous hamsters that
died.
like didn't make it out
They
of the
didn't
scam.
make it.
Like one of them, I don't
He
know.
complained about hamster in his room, and then like the concierge came around and just flattened it with a spade. Twinkle, no! Twinkle? Who's Twinkle? No, I was just thinking about something completely unrelated.